I've been making YouTube videos for 1,796 days. That's 59 months. That's 1 month short of 5 years. I've made this much money. I've gotten this many views. I've made this many videos. I have this many subscribers. And I feel empty. It's not necessarily because of the results, although of course that is part of it, but I feel like this because when I look back at my body of work, I feel empty about what I have made. There was a great interview with Conan O'Brien when he talked about Fox offering him, when he was kind of at the height of his career, when he was going to take over Jay Leno's The Late Night Show, he was offered a crazy amount of money and he turned that money down because he didn't want to lose access to his body of work. I forget how much money he was offered at the time. I'll throw it up right here. And like Conan O'Brien, it made me start thinking about myself and my own body of work. Not to compare myself to Conan O'Brien, who I think is a genius and I love his work, but if I feel empty about the work I've been doing on YouTube, that's probably a problem. And I think that there's actually a broader problem going on within the personal finance YouTube niche. When it comes to YouTube and what's going on right now in YouTube, here's what I think. There are so many people that could benefit from just watching a few videos on personal finance, getting into it just a little bit, just a tiny bit. They don't need to get obsessed with it. They just need some guidance. They just need an intro. They just need a little bit of a push to start understanding what they should be doing, a little motivation. And here's the thing that personal finance is missing 100%, there's no heart. What I mean by this is that there's no emotional attachment. People don't care about the videos they're even making these days. They're just throwing out these videos to satisfy an algorithm, to try to do their best to get as many views as possible. And while they're doing all of this, they're not even trying. They're not putting any effort in. I'm painting a broad brush here. A lot of people are putting effort in, of course, but it doesn't show necessarily in the type of content that we're seeing. And let me tell you why. Matt D'Avella. That's why. Let me tell you what I mean by that. The golden age of YouTube, in my opinion, maybe not yours, but the way I see this, Matt D'Avella was the golden age for creating an entire new niche that didn't even really exist at the time, that was very helpful to hundreds of thousands of people. And what he did was he brought people into the minimalist movement. How did he do it? He made good videos that were emotional, that actually had story. He put lots of time and effort into those videos. They were interesting. People found an emotional attachment to them, and it really drove people into the minimalist movement. I'm talking hundreds of thousands, I don't know, maybe even millions of people started becoming minimalists or doing their best to at least try to have minimalist aspects in their life. Thank you to him. The power in the idea that someone can actually do this, that is what I'm talking about here. Who these days is able to get people who hate personal finance, who don't care anything about personal finance, to get into this niche right now? There are hundreds of thousands, probably millions of people who don't want to watch these videos. They don't care. They don't want to sit there and watch a talking head video talk about Roth IRAs and ETFs and things like that, because let's face it, it's boring unless you really have a passion for that. And a lot of people, they just don't. Now, if you had the same thing with minimalism, a bunch of people just sitting in with their backgrounds all nice, just talking to the camera, talking about minimalism, okay, that's not going to do what Matt D'Avella did. Matt D'Avella made dynamic, amazing videos. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're missing. Okay, now I gotta clarify one thing. So what I'm not saying is that every single video inside this space needs to be cinematic, needs to have this great story, and be an amazing Daniel D'Avella type of video. It's impossible. That actually would be a bad thing. What I'm saying is it doesn't exist right now. And that's the problem. You don't care about watching a free cash flow based analysis on Microsoft stock that is a cinematic masterpiece. You don't care about it. But telling a story, being emotional about why you might want to buy a stock, how to find stocks, things like that, and looping it into an actual story and giving it heart and giving it an actual purpose for you to watch it, that to me is different. So, of course, all I'm saying here is that there are specific types of videos that I'm referring to. The videos to get people into this, to draw them in. That's what we need. Okay, so how am I going to try to help? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start making videos that have story. I'm gonna try to make you feel something. I'm gonna try to make videos that will bring people in that otherwise wouldn't care about personal finance. That's gonna be my goal right now. I'm not saying by any means that I can be as good as Matt D'Avella, because I can't, but I think that we can also try to get more people into this space. People who know what they're doing. If you're someone who is good at making videos, storytelling, cinematically, and you have a passion for personal finance and investing and helping people get better with their money, you should maybe try to get into this space, because in my opinion, there's a giant open area. It's not being serviced. I'm gonna try to start creating this new niche. If you're someone who's watching this and you have a channel, or if you're into this, maybe you should also do it too. So why don't you join me? So of course, the majority of you are not content creators. So what is gonna happen though on this channel going forward? To start, most of my videos now are going to be this style. Me talking to the camera, more personal, trying to make it more interesting. Lots of shot changes, lots of directions. It's gonna be different than most personal finance videos. For those of you who are currently subscribed to me that have been for a while, I'm not gonna throw you under the bus. I will still make some videos that are a little bit more technical, but for the most part, on this channel going forward, it's going to be stories, it's going to be heart. It's going to be what I think anyone watching this is going to enjoy. I'm going to try to make these things good enough so that whether or not you just like the technical stuff, you should still watch these videos, because I think at the very least, they're gonna be entertaining and you're going to enjoy what you see. Now, if you don't, here's the thing. I know right now, off the top of your head, you can think of at least 5 people, 10 people who hate personal finance. They hate thinking about savings. They hate thinking about investing. They don't care. And because they don't want to learn about it, they're not making great decisions. I know you know those people. So what I would ask you here is, send the next few videos to those people. Share what I'm about to make with them. And in fact, some of the videos I've made over the past 4 or 5 videos, you can share those, because those were the start of this. I'm going to try my best to try and bring in new people that never would have watched a video on personal finance. I'm not going to make you feel bad about your decisions. I'm not going to tell you what you're doing is bad, is terrible. I'm gonna try to motivate you with your heart and your head at the same time. If I can do this, and we can get some other people on board that might want to bring Matt D'Avella to personal finance instead of just minimalism, if we can get that going, man, think of how many people we can help. I don't know if this is going to be successful, but I'm going to try. If you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, thank you. Please keep watching the videos. If you know some people who hate personal finance, share this video, and maybe they'll subscribe, maybe they'll get interested. I appreciate all 8,000 of you who have been watching, who have been subscribed to this channel over the past 5 years. I'm gonna try to do my best to make the best videos I possibly can. Tell me what you think about this in the comments below. Feedback would be amazing. Suggestions would be amazing. And here's to the next few years of making videos that hopefully can change a lot of people's lives. See ya.